Orang-Utan? 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 That was the Chinese version. Anyways, welcome back to another episode of Let's Sketch Planet Zoo. And this is the episode where I'm again failing to pronounce an animal correctly, which will be the story of the future for my channel. If you're following for quite a bit right now, you know that I have some serious issues to pronounce animal names. At some point it's almost like because I'm German, and these kind of things are basically just kind of so hard put into your brain that it's very hard to get rid of, like the wrong idea of the pronunciation that you had from your German mind. So when I think of animal names, I naturally have the German pronunciation in my mind, because not all, but most of the animals even have like the same name, but just in a different way of pronouncing it. It almost is like way more easy to pronounce names that are not existing that way in German. So for example, if I say peafowl or I don't know, meerkat or whatever, these kind of animals don't exist this way in German. That's a lot more easy because I needed to learn them from the get-go anyways. However, with the animals that are like, very similar in German, it's very hard to always think of the English pronunciation. Well, anyways, that was just a little bit of an explanation from my side. First of all, are you having also some trouble pronunciation-wise for animals? Because I believe, like, my channel has been created over the last couple of years on an international frame, obviously, but most of the people don't really speak English as their natural language. Like, it's not their first language. Most of them do speak it insanely well, but like, the English-speaking people only make like 40% on the channel, and the rest is from different countries. So I would love to hear from you guys. If you have some pronunciation issues, and which is your hardest animal to say, I really would love to know that, because for some people it might be ridiculous that I have so much problems to say Orang-Utan. Wait, I think I nailed this one. Orang-Utan, whatever. I'm sliding always to, like, I don't know, it's the country in the Far East, the Orang-Utan. It's next to Iran and Iraq. I don't know. It's the Near East, by the way. Anyways, it's just fun. I don't really care too much about it, because at the end of the day, I still believe I will learn them over time. But I thought the same with the dinosaurs, so never gonna happen, I guess. Oh my god. Maybe I should talk about what I'm doing here. So we are looking at another sketch of me doing actually the same zoo as we've been doing for the last couple of episodes. By the way, if you have not seen it for whatever reason, you should definitely check out these 3 episodes of sketching this zoo. We have done already a tiger habitat. We have done a restaurant area, which was also combined with a Komodo dragon area. And we also made, in the second episode, we made a indoor house for lemurs, for the Aldabra tortoise, and for potentially new animals that you guys have voted for in the comments. But since we obviously don't have the game yet and we haven't tackled this, we haven't finally decided on which animals could go in there. And hell, we don't even know if there will potentially be animals in the future that we need to talk about or need to consider for this area. However, this habitat over here is not solely for the Orang-Utan, it's also for the chimpanzees. The only reason why I didn't put that in the title, or well, I potentially did put that in the title, I don't know yet, maybe I do, but I haven't even attempted to draw them as well, because the Orang-Utan sketch at the end of today's episode just took forever. It turned out better than I was expecting at the beginning. I have to be very honest with you guys. This series is not meant to be like the perfect series for like sketching wonderful animals, but since I started off doing the first episode with the very, very raw and short sketch of the tiger, I basically set myself the framework for what I want to do for the future. And since, well, every other habitat had the animal sketched that is living or potentially would be living in there, I just can't go and leave it out, right? So I needed to draw it, and I was like, okay, am I going for the chimpanzee? Am I going for the Orang-Utan? And I was like streaming live, as always with these kind of things. By the way, little shameless self-advertisement. If you like my content over here, really, if you do like it, make sure to follow also on Twitch. Short explanation. I really love streaming on Twitch a lot more. Maybe YouTube is hating me for it, I don't know. I don't care too much. If YouTube would fix its streaming, I definitely would love to stream here more often. But as long as Twitch is so much more convenient and so much more enjoyable, I'll definitely stay over there and use Twitch. So for those of you who are interested in catching me doing this kind of stuff live and being part of it actually, because most of you always keep on giving very handy advices and ideas in the chat that I'm always trying to, put in and take as a good advice and somehow realize it in the stuff I do. I really highly recommend to go over to my Twitch channel and follow over there while I'm attempting to draw a perfect circle for I think 1.6 million times, and I didn't even succeed. So yeah, as you can seeing that makes me feel bad again. At some point I just ended up and went with the best one I could do. However, yeah, as I said, if you want to go to Twitch to follow me over there, that would be huge, because then next time you can catch me live as well. Good. Okay, enough shameless self-admiration. Just jump back into what I was about to say. So people decided for sketching the Orang-Utan, and this is what I did in the end. But I really didn't expect it to get any good, because what I just said, this is really just raw, quick sketching out my stuff, black and white, only using the simple pen, nothing else. Actually I started off the whole thing on a way too small scale, so I should have zoomed out a lot more from the get-go, but the problem is I'm already sketching with a pen width of 4 pixels, I guess, so there's not that much more to go closer to it. You can see already this is very close already. There's not much more space for getting more detailed, so you don't really need that, but for making great sketches it would be very nice indeed to get it a bit more close and do more detail work, which is not gonna happen. So I need to go with what I do. Like, obviously, yes, I could draw these animals way oversized and then scale them down to basically use the engine to proceed this to smaller pixels, and it would kind of look the same, but that's not what I want to do. I just want to keep this like a very quick and raw sketching series that hopefully brings us to a good result. However, you can see I'm putting a carousel actually in here, which so not to confuse anyone, there is no carousel in the game as of yet. We don't know about it. There is no hint or whatever. The only hint, if you will, is that we do have a track ride in there, and potentially this gives the option that we have a ride in there. We have obviously the queue as a path, but that doesn't mean too much, because it's yes, I wanted to say shit, by the way, for those of you wondering. I just wanted to keep it friendly. Now, as I said it anyways, they don't do shit because if they're only in the game for like the track ride, that's already enough to be in there. So, well, it doesn't really show us that there might be a flat ride. However, I would love to see some flat rides. So, for example, like a carousel or like a kid slide. That would be huge. So, guys, do you think there should be like a flat ride in? If so, which kind of flat rides do you think would make sense for zoos? Maybe you do have some flat rides in your local zoos. I'm just thinking of it right now, and I think the only thing I can think about is think of in my zoos is really the carousel and some of these like smaller kids things where you put some coins in and then they just move. These of little carnival rides. Anyways, we now moved on to our lovely friend, the Orang-Utan. So if you guys want to get drunk, you could potentially drink a little shot whenever I say Orang-Utan. And by this point in time, you potentially won't even be able to follow me. So yeah, if you're that kind of person, have a lovely evening. If not, stick with me while we are sketching out our friend over here, which again, I said I started off making it way too big, which would have ended up in a weird scale. So I basically rescaled it and deleted what was after it, or behind it, I should say. And yeah, I'm again already a little bit spoiling, but I am pretty happy with the result at the end. And as of now, you won't expect that to happen, because the first iteration of it looks very weird indeed. The dimensions are not really on point, also in the final version, but since all my animals look a little bit more, well, they have some problems, I guess. But, you know, we just have some love for disabled animals, because they need to have a nice place as well. You know, at the end of the day, this is like a zoo for disabled animals. You know, this could be like a very nice zoo. very nice and important zoo. We do care about way disproportionate and disabled animals that look very odd indeed, and but we have a lot of love for them, so they can be brought to our zoo. I'm just kidding over here. Well, actually I would do it, because every animal does deserve a lot of love, no matter if it's normal or a little bit, well, disabled, whatever. But yeah, you can see I started off then doing some more fine lines and some more details, and actually this was what changed the overall appearance. I figured also that some of the proportions were not really fitting, so I was actually changing some of the things just ever so subtle, but it gave the whole body a way better overall size and feeling. But you can already tell that also the left foot, like the front right foot it is, but on the left side right now, it's way too big. So I'm also going to just small kind of size this one down a little bit. Did I even already do this? I'm not quite sure if I did this already or if I will do in a second. I remember I did this though, but it might just happen right now. Oh yeah, it's just happening right now, because I just figured it's way too huge, and it still is too huge, but in terms of some creative freedom, I would call it, I just left it the way it is, because else I would have needed to redo also the fingers and the toes, and who does want to change this, right? I don't want to. So yeah, you can see by the time adding so many more details, it really looks already a lot better. It looks like Orang-Utan, a bit comic-y, a bit more on crack, as if he has taken some drugs. And so I was changing the eyes again a few times actually, because I wasn't too happy with the eyes. So people in the chat were neither, so I was trying some different things. This looks more cute than anything else, but cute was not the look I wanted to go for, so I changed them ever so slightly again, and I think the final version is something I am happy with. But well, yeah, the one thing I really have to say is that doing this kind of work also in the live streams makes me realize how much I miss painting and drawing and doing these kind of artworks. The thing about drawing is always like, there might be some persons on this planet that have the natural talent to just go in and do something insanely well, but I experience that drawing and painting especially is something that has a lot to do with training and just getting used to it. The more you do it, the more you practice it, the better you naturally get. You are more, it's getting a lot more easy for you to nail it, to just nail the proportions and dimensions from the get-go. You're more likely to put the shadows and stuff exactly in the positions where they belong. You just get an eye for it. You just get a lot more feeling for shadowing and doing certain things. You get a feeling basically how to do different things, how you're doing like skin, how you're doing reflections, and how you're doing, for example, fur. I haven't had this done in ages, so I'm just slowly getting back into it, which I think really worked out well for the moment. So you see the final result right now. This is how the final exhibit looks like. I am pretty happy with it. Please let me know in the comments down below how you like it. Also, again, to my question, what do you think of it? And yeah, what else do you want to see in the future? So see you next time. Have a good time, and bye guys. So thank you for watching this video. I hope you appreciate that. And now a special thanks also to all the people supporting me here on that channel, making this all possible. You can see that on the left hand side right now. And also, if you want to see more of my stuff, make sure to click that card on the right top now. And if you want to stick around, make sure to hit that sub button, which is on the bottom right of the screen. If you want to see stuff on my social media, sneak peeks and stuff like that, it is on the bottom left of the screen. And yeah, I hope to see you again in the next episode. Until then, enjoy your time guys, and bye!